Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel, and I have two very interesting topics to discuss in this latest Moon Lambo Hot Jam. First of all, there's a former Ripple employee who says that XRP Ledger revenue models can increase from where they are now by 400x. That would be more than a little bit. And then there's also this headline from the Crypto Basic. People have been talking about this pretty widely over the last day or so, in particular on social media within the XRP community. The headline is, Billionaire Asset Manager says XRP could be ordered as the base layer for national banking. Okay, now, this is interesting because he is somebody who knows people. It is indeed fair to say that. So we'll get into it. But before going any further, I do want to be clear. I do not have a financial background of any kind. I am not offering financial advice. And you definitely should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast who enjoys making YouTube videos about crypto-related topics, but just as a hobby and just for fun. All right, and I brought this up a few times because there have been so many topics where it's been relevant, just kind of set the table. But here's a headline from CNBC just yesterday. Bank of America CEO says financial industry will jump into crypto payments if regulators allow. Okay. XRP and the XRP Ledger specifically designed to excel in payments. That is a primary reason that for over 10 years now, XRP has been in the top 10 coins by market cap. There are only 3 coins for which that is true: Bitcoin, ETH, and XRP. There are no other coins that for their entire existences have always been in the top 10 by market cap. And, you know, with the crushing regulatory environment from the last several years winding down here, this is going to open up opportunities for XRP. I mean, the entire crypto space, but specifically for a coin like XRP that's just great at payments. This is a big deal. And so the Bank of America CEO, he was talking about just that, how they're ready to jump into this. Okay? And the reason I'm highlighting that is because what former Ripple employee Austin King had to say, it's directly related to that. Part of it is anyway. And so here you can see this is Austin King on the social media platform X. Profile self-described as co-founder of Omni. He sold his first company to Ripple. So not only is he a former Ripple employee, he sold his company to Ripple. And he looks like he's got a computer science degree from Harvard. And here's what he had to say. So this is not some sort of fly-by-night individual. This is somebody who understands Ripple, understands crypto, intelligent individual. And he thinks that things going to be changing to the positive for XRP Ledger. Again, the revenue model, he thinks a 400-fold increase is in store. So check this out. Trump's inauguration raised over $200 million, breaking all prior records. Ripple donated 500% more than crypto industry peers like Coinbase and Kraken. As a former Ripple employee, here is my take on their strategy and how it will affect XRP. Ripple is making one thing extremely clear. They strongly support Trump. However, their goal with cozying up to the Trump administration might not be what most people expect. What do they want? Ripple wants to be regulated. Now, pause and note. Ripple has been screaming they just want to be regulated since before I knew that XRP existed. And I've been here since 2017. Before I was here, that's all they wanted. They just want to be properly regulated. Whatever the rules are, just get them so that we can move forward. And so that's still where we are. The good news is we're closer than ever, and at least XRP itself does have legal clarity. Anyway, Austin continues. They have actually requested this for many, many years. Why would they want that, though? To understand this fully, you need to understand the people who built Ripple. It all starts with the founder and current chairman, Chris Larsen. Why? Chris was innovating in finance long before Ripple. He founded eLoan in 1992, which he eventually took public. Then he built another massive scale fintech, Prosper, which facilitated over $250 million in loans. So why has he been calling for crypto regulation? Because the payments focus was just a bootstrapping phase. The real goal has always been to become the global settlement network for the trillions of dollars in traditional finance. Under Trump, that is now looking far more plausible. And what could it mean for XRP? Okay, well, first let me say here, thanks to the technology and it being great at payments, just at its core level, you can tokenize anything under the sun on the XRP ledger, and XRP is required for every single one of those transactions due to the code. It's literally required as a gas fee, effectively. So you can tokenize everything. Now, just to be clear, even though that's the goal, it's a goal anyway. It's not going to be one coin to rule them all, one chain to rule them all. No. There will be, and there are currently many different chains that are tokenizing real world assets. That's happening now. XRP Ledger, one of them, and can have staying power for eternity effectively. It's just one more thing that will help to make sure it never goes away. But just to be clear, I don't want anyone to take this the wrong way because he's not saying it. It's not going to be everything goes to XRP Ledger, therefore XRP $10,000 and nothing else wins. It's not that type of crap. I see those type of idiot comments sometimes. I've seen them numerous times over the years. That is not the case. So before anybody twists this or thinks it could mean something like that, the answer is no. But it doesn't matter. I just want to live in reality. That's why I say that. But this is good for XRP. It does ensure the long-term viability of XRP, and as more and more money flows into crypto, number go up, XRP becomes worth way more. I can only imagine what XRP will be worth another couple decades from now. It will be outrageous compared to where it is now. So anyway, he asks, what could this mean for XRP? A lot. And he's got 3 bullet points. Number 1, banks and fintechs might purchase XRP to manage assets and transactions on the ledger. So folks, that's why I started the video by highlighting Bank of America. They just said they want to do crypto stuffs. Well, here you go. And he's saying this is part of the plan. And by the way, Bank of America has been a partner of Ripple's for about a decade at this point, more or less. And so he's saying here again, banks and fintechs might purchase XRP to manage assets and transactions on the ledger. Wouldn't mind that one little baby boo bit. Point 2, other chains like Ethereum and Solana could be forced to reposition around XRP. And number 3, and this is the big ones, a drum roll please, the XRP Ledger revenue model could expand over 400x from the current payments focus. Suffice it to say, things could get a lot bigger and a lot better for any XRP holder, especially over the long haul. Doesn't mean it's going to hit this market cycle, but the point is, big picture, if you're wondering, is this thing going to last? All signs point to yes. Absolutely. That is cool as hell. And again, this is coming from a former Ripple employee, not some sort of fly-by-night individual saying wacky stuff on the Webernets. That's not what's happening. And then we have this. Billionaire asset manager says XRP could be ordered as the base layer for national banking. Mark Yusko, the CEO of Morgan Creek Capital Management, has made a noteworthy statement regarding the potential role of XRP in the future of U.S. crypto. All right, and so he was recently interviewed, and let me just break this down. I transcribed the quote, the relevant quote, myself. I want to preface this by noting, this guy does not like XRP. I like this guy, honestly. I think he comes off as so likable, knowledgeable. He's very smart, obviously. I enjoy listening to him. So like anytime he's being interviewed by anybody, I intentionally click on it, even knowing he just doesn't like XRP. And I've heard him say stuff, and he's not being trolly about it. That's part of the reason that he's easy to like, because some people are just jerks about it. I haven't really seen anything like that from him ever. He just doesn't like it. He doesn't think it makes sense. He doesn't understand the utility of it, or so he claims. And I don't know how he could not. I mean, it's been in the top 10 coins by market cap, like I said, its entire existence. He's had over a decade to figure this out. You've never once Googled, like, what's XRP used for? And so I don't know how he could possibly hold that position, but he's been interviewed and saying, hey, I'm willing to understand what XRP can be used. He said that like years ago even, and then he still doesn't know, and he still doesn't think it makes sense. But that's also why it's interesting, since that is his stance. He's acknowledging that things could get a lot bigger and better for XRP, but I'm sorry to say, I think he's saying this stuff, and I think he's being intellectually honest here, and he's reporting what he's heard from people in the know. I don't think he understands what he's saying, to be honest with you. I don't think so. So, and you'll see why. So check this out. Here is the transcription from Mark Yusko. There's a lot of talk that will expand just beyond Bitcoin to, XRP and Cardano and Hedera. Those founders have been buddying up to the administration and to Eric, and I think Eric is driving a lot of this, his son. So it's positive, of course, he's talking about Eric Trump, Donald Trump's son. And so then Mark says, so we'll see, but the case for the strategic Bitcoin reserve, because Bitcoin is digital gold, everything else has different roles, something that could happen. I don't know if it'll happen in the first 100 days, but there's some talk, and this will make the XRP people very happy. Okay, let me pause right here. And this is the type of stuff you hear actually from maximalists. I'm not saying that he is, but this is the type of thing. He said Bitcoin is digital gold and everything else has different roles. Wrong. That does not make any damn sense. If it's digital gold, that means it's a store of value. Okay, what do you think other people are doing investing in other coins? People, I've done polls on this on X with large enough sample sizes. All sorts of people will acknowledge a reason, not the only reason, but a reason that they purchase XRP is as a store of value. It's volatile, but so is Bitcoin, and if it trends up, great store of value. That's what's been happening with Bitcoin and XRP since inception, very obviously. It's been a rocky road, but over time, volatility decreases, so on and so forth. But to state that it's just for Bitcoin makes no damn sense. Because like any cryptocurrency that people invest in and do it for the long haul, they're expecting that the price is going to go up, right? That's a store of value thing. To think that that wouldn't be a reason is just nonsensical. And I'm just surprised that a smart guy like him could possibly say something like that, like with a straight face. Just like people invest, you can invest in gold as a store of value. You can invest in anything as a store of value, effectively. Real estate, stocks, and certainly crypto. But to say that just applies to Bitcoin, that's what you hear from toxic Bitcoin maximalists. It is not true. Anything that has utility and is going to have long-term staying power as a result of that is also going to benefit from store of value, because people put it there because they invest it because they think it's just going to be there because it just makes sense. People are doing that today with XRP. So that's clearly wrong. So I had to mention that. And then he says, so again, this will make XRP people very happy. So here's the quote. There is some talk that XRP could be utilized and or ordered to be used for a central bank digital currency, or as the base layer for national banking. I don't know if it'll happen or not, but that's one that if it does happen, that changes things, end quote. Okay, that's a bunch of nonsense. Let me explain why. So first of all, he said there's talk that XRP could be utilized or ordered to be used for a central bank digital currency. That makes no sense. You couldn't use XRP as a central bank digital currency. You could use XRP LEDGER, which is not XRP. You could use XRP LEDGER as a base layer for anything. You could tokenize anything. It could be a central bank digital currency. It could be a stable coin. It could be any given asset. It could be gold. Gold was tokenized first on the XRP Ledger, I think back in like 2015, for example. You can put anything on there that you want. So he must mean XRP Ledger. But so look, Mark is likely improperly speaking entirely here. And I just think he heard something and he doesn't understand what he heard. That's my guess. So to be clear, there's about no chance that the XRP Ledger will be used for a central bank digital currency in any country. And for what country would he be talking about? Well, certainly not the United States. I mean, Trump is anti-central bank digital currency anyway. And Ripple, they created a template for central bank digital currencies years and years ago. And so basically the code is a copy of the XRP Ledger that's tweaked, and it's designed to be centralized so that any central bank in any country, if they want to use that template, they can launch their own central bank digital currency and have special controls over it. So you can print new stuff, you can roll back transactions. It's a centralized thing, but that's separate from the XRP Ledger. It doesn't make sense that any country would use the XRP Ledger, given that it is decentralized, which means that no country would have complete and utter control over it. You can't roll back transactions. Doesn't that sound unappealing to a government? The answer is yes. And what? You're going to have you're going to have your financial sovereignty at risk. Like, what happens if there's a hole in that code? What happens if people collectively, if you could actually, somehow, and this would be far-fetched, but somehow control all the validators. And I'm saying there's a problem with XRP. I'm just saying if there's a tiniest fraction of a percent that the answer is yes, what country is going to do that? Now, again, XRP Ledger decentralized. I'm not saying that's going to happen. I'm just thinking like I suppose a government official would think. Why wouldn't you just want to have the thing that you can control so that it is then not a problem? Duh. So you're not going to see a central bank digital currency on the XRP Ledger, despite what many of my fellow XRP YouTubers, some of them anyway, have said over the years. It's not going to happen. You could have central bank digital currencies on a copycat ledger that is centralized, sure, but that's not the XRP Ledger. So that doesn't make sense. It's not happening. He said a thing, and it's just like clockwork here. Anytime something like this gets stated by somebody, everybody has euphoria, and they're posting it like crazy on social media. And then I feel like I'm the only one sitting here thinking, yeah, but that doesn't make sense. Why can't anyone else say that? Everybody just reposts it. Just like, yeah, look at this, woo! Just live in reality. It doesn't make sense. And then he said that XRP, he must have meant XRP Ledger, so he's misspeaking, but he says it could be used as a base layer for national banking. What does that mean? As far as XRP being used as a base layer for national banking, I mean, it's not, it's not like banks will tokenize the dollar and then use the XRP Ledger as like a a checking or savings account for regular people like you and me, even if it's not a central bank thing, like regular banks aren't going to do that. Why would they do that? That would make no sense. I don't know what he thinks he's saying. It's just a thing that I'll take his word at it. He heard it from somebody, but he doesn't even know what that means. It doesn't mean anything. What do you mean a national layer for banking? It's not like on a domestic level you need XRP as a bridge currency. What are you going to do? Convert United States dollars to XRP to then convert it back to the United States dollars? That would add friction. That would slightly increase costs for transactions and make them slightly slower. You just go from the dollar to it stays the dollar from the beginning point of the transaction to whoever the recipient is. It's just the dollar. You plug XRP as a bridge currency in when you're converting from one fiat currency to a different fiat currency. So that makes sense. That makes a ton of sense. In the United States, domestically, what are you talking about? If you're talking about using the ledger itself, okay, in what capacity though? I buy into the idea of tokenizing all sorts of assets, but for banking specifically, so what, instead of banks using their own proprietary centralized system, you're talking about what, an individual bank will tokenize the dollar and then for some reason use that instead? And then they have less control over it. And then if something goes wrong, they can't help their customers. What does this even mean? And then he doesn't elaborate. And then the whole XRP community is just exploding with joy here, fits of joy. And it just doesn't make any damn sense. And so I'm left to sweep up the mess. So here we are. I'm just telling you, it doesn't matter. There's tons of reasons to be excited about XRP and the XRP ledger. This is not one of them. This is fake nonsense. And I'm just going to call it like it is. I'm sorry if I'm crushing anyone's hopes and dreams. But I just want to live in reality. There are so many legit reasons to be thrilled about XRP. It's very true that you can achieve life-changing wealth holding XRP. So many people already have. I'm in the process of it. My net worth is way higher than it would be without XRP. I'm very thankful for it. But this is crap. This is garbage, and that's why I'm calling it out. I'm not a financial advisor. You should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.